What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and this is my WWE Battleground 2015 predictions video, as accompanied by various CPU matches. Obviously not all of them, but, you know, a couple of them, depending on how long they last. And pay-per-view is this Sunday, so I must mention that I am recording this on Friday afternoon. And as of right now, there are only 6 matches announced, and one of those matches is on the pre-show. So that's this match right here, which is Wade Barrett versus R-Truth, is a pre-show match. So actually only 5 matches on the main card, and you've got 3 hours to fill. So I'm going to assume they might announce some more matches between now and Sunday, or they'll just have some extra matches without actually announcing them, which they've done before, certainly. Many times. So obviously I can't predict what I don't know, and I'm going to go with what they currently have announced as of Friday afternoon. So, starting off with this match, King Barrett versus R-Trizzle, R-Truth, King What's Up, which is so dumb. So very dumb. I don't know why Wade Barrett keeps getting stuck in these, like, weird mid-card feuds. Like, they keep trying to push him, and then they just don't go through with it. And when he manages to get himself over, they kind of just, no, stop saying bad news, stop doing that shit, stop getting, you're a heel. Like, that shit makes no sense. So I would hope that Wade Barrett comes out on top in this match, because honestly, he needs to. If they give this win to R-Truth, like, and I think this is, like, for the kingship or some fucking stupid-ass bullshit, like, the whole point of King of the Ring was to elevate mid-card guys to a higher tier, and get them into better feuds, not be stuck fighting R-Truth. And, honestly, nothing against R-Truth, but he's kind of been around forever, and he is not a top-tier guy. He's a good guy to have around, but, if you're stuck in a feud with R-Truth, you're probably doing something wrong. So, that being said, I'm calling Wade Barrett all the way, but again, it's a pre-show match, so all kinds of dumb shit could potentially happen. My only hope is that perhaps they go in the direction of, say, what they did with the WLC, and just go completely dumb with it. And perhaps that will be a more, you know, like, that's, you know, what else can you do? You've got R-Truth wearing a Burger King crown, so there's that. Moving on, obviously, we're not going to have the Intercontinental Championship match is not happening because because Ryback has a staph infection. So I don't have a prediction there because obviously that match is not happening. So maybe it'll happen at SummerSlam. I don't know, but I'm not even going to wager a guess because, you know, it's not going to happen. But I would say probably Ryback would retain that belt. Probably. Is Truth going to win here? Video game, you are wrong. You are wrong, video game. It is not going to be R-Trizzle. So, I guess I gotta set up the next match. While I'm doing that, I will talk about the Primetime Players versus New Day for the Tag Team Championships of the World. They've been pushing the fuck out of Titus O'Neil lately. Like, he's the one who gets the hot tag and gets in there and just whoops ass. But honestly, I don't know what they're doing with the tag team division right now. The Primetime Players as champs, not super exciting. They got their dance and everything else, and I appreciate whenever they have Titus on commentary because he gives JBL shit for not calling the match. But as far as who's going to win that match, unless the Primetime Players get some kind of help, unless there is some kind of shenanigans where they get, like, Neville or somebody else to be in their corner, I think, obviously, New Day has the advantage. There are 3 of them, and Primetime Players don't know which 2 they're facing. So I think, hopefully, the New Day regains their Tag Team Championship, and they'll become 2-time Tag Team Champions. And that'd be great. So hopefully, that's what happens. Nothing against the Primetime Players. You know, perhaps they'll bring out Mark Henry to be in their corner. But I would have preferred them to bring out Mark Henry wearing the Pancake Patterson outfit. That would have been great. He flattens fools. Anyway, yeah, so New Day hopefully goes over. Moving on to this match. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. And I am assuming that Bray Wyatt has been speaking for all of us who watched this year's Royal Rumble when he says, anyone but you. Because people were not happy with that result. Anyway, this is a weird, Bray Wyatt's been going after Roman's daughter in some kind of a weird thing. There is nothing they've done in this feud that makes me care about this feud. Bray Wyatt seems to be the jobber to the stars lately. They'll build him up and then just have him lose to make somebody else look stronger. And we all know, gotta make Roman Reigns look strong, etc., etc. So I don't know how much faith, if the company still has faith in Reigns. Supposedly the SummerSlam poster is Reigns and Lesnar, which was obviously the main event at Mania. So that, I don't know if that's for the belt. I don't know that means that Brock's going to win the belt. I don't know what that means. But considering how they've been treating Bray Wyatt as of late, I think Bray Wyatt is going to lose once again, making him one of the most high-profile jobbers they currently have. And I think Prince Roman goes over again and begins a renewed push, even though he's kind of just been Dean Ambrose's friend the past little bit. And speaking of which, why isn't Dean Ambrose on this card at all? Where the hell's Dean Ambrose? Superman Punch. Is he making another movie? What's going on with Dean Ambrose? Or perhaps Ambrose is in his corner in this match. I don't know. Perhaps Ambrose interferes in the world title match. I don't know. But we don't have enough matches on this card, so perhaps they'll give Ambrose a match on this card just for the hell of it. I don't know. Anyway, that was a pump handle slam. Moving on to another match that kind of just feels like it's going nowhere. You're having so much of your show focused on the world title picture on Cena that every other match seems kind of not very important. So, Randy Orton versus Sheamus is a weird one. Because it seems like they haven't done a whole hell of a lot with Sheamus since he won the King of the Ring. He's just kind of been floating around, doing just matches that don't really matter. But apparently he has this epic feud with Randy Orton. You could have fooled me. So, he's fighting Randy Orton. I think if they're gonna spear, if they're gonna do anything here, they're gonna put Sheamus over in this match to further establish that he is a threat to the world title scene, even though he's had pretty much no interaction with the champion. Usually when a guy wins Money in the Bank, he immediately has some kind of interaction with the champion. In this case, Sheamus just kind of doesn't care about Seth Rollins, maybe? I don't know. Perhaps it's on, I don't know, SmackDown. I don't watch SmackDown, so perhaps I missed it. But haven't seen any of that on Raw. Anyway, I think you give it to Sheamus here to further establish him as a threat to the world title. I don't know why you would have Randy Orton go over. And certainly, we know that Vince is not a fan of having guys go over in their hometown, and Battleground is in St. Louis. So there's that. Moving on to the next to last match on the card here. It is John Cena versus Kevin Owens. And the game here, again, does not agree with me. The game says Bray Wyatt's going over. And I don't think he will. I think when it comes to matches that they try to build up a whole lot, it ends up just being Bray Wyatt on the losing end of that argument almost every time. So, I don't know if it's a case of Bray Wyatt just can't get it done in big match situations or what the deal is, but they kind of don't know what they're it feels like they don't know what they're doing with Bray Wyatt, and he's just been treading water. He should have been the new Undertaker. But we'll get to discussing the Undertaker here in a bit. at the end of the prediction video, because that's been a big rumor lately, and so is Sting for that matter, which is also weird because it's fucking Battleground. Anyway, yep, take a dump. Alright, I'm gonna load up one more match here, which is the main event, while I discuss these last two matches. Alright, so John Cena versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. I think this feud has been pretty fantastic. I think injecting Cesaro into the mix here and having some excellent matches with Cesaro has been great, but I think at the end of the day, the reason that they pulled the NXT title off of Owens was that they would have him defeat Cena for the US Championship. As much as I have been enjoying the John Cena Open Challenge, giving a bunch of guys a shot at hanging with John Cena and looking good each and every week, that's been great. I don't think that you took that belt off of Owens. Obviously, he's a main roster guy now, obviously. So I don't see what the sense would be in having him lose the NXT belt to not win the US belt, and then hopefully start a fantastic series of matches and feud with Cesaro. That's what I'm hoping for. Knock on wood. Now, I don't know what happens to Cena after that. I don't know where you move Cena after that. Up, down. Obviously not down, but do you move him up? Do you have him do another mid-card feud? Do you just have Cena go and win the IC belt from Ryback and then just have him be the IC champ Open Challenge? I don't know how you handle that. But you certainly, if you really want to establish Owens here, you need to not do what they've done every other time with John Cena, is where the new guy, Rusev, Bray Wyatt, gets one win and then loses a bunch of times in a row and then just goes away. Like, you can't do that again. You need to build new stars, and this is the best chance to do so. Have him go over Cena. And as I said in my last predictions video, if you want to shock the world, if you want to do the unthinkable, you have John Cena tap out. You have him give up. It has not happened in over 10 years. Not since Kurt Angle has John Cena tapped out in 2004. That would be an epic moment. That would be your Sports Center moment. That would be a thing to hang your hat on for years and years to come. Much like Chris Jericho said that he beat Rock and Stone Cold in the same night, Kevin Owens, for years. I made John Cena tap out. That would be epic. But please, just don't have Cena win again. So obviously, my official pick here, and my hope, is going to be Kevin Owens wins the US title. Now, moving on to this match, the main event, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, is a weird bit of a match, because on paper, Brock is going to squash the fuck out of Seth Rollins. That's just not even a contest. They've taken out J&J Security. They've taken out Corporate Kane. They have stacked the deck here against Seth Rollins for this match. Clearly, he should get manhandled and just destroy the whole match. However, it seems like they've stacked the deck a bit too much, is my feeling on it. They've made it a bit too obvious. Common sense says Brock is just going to fucking destroy Rollins. He's got no backup, no help. But the rumors, or perhaps the fan booking, has been that they haven't been doing much with Reigns and haven't been doing much with Ambrose. So what if, at Battleground, they reform the Shield? Now, obviously, if you do that, A, you have Rollins retain, and B, then certainly you have a reason to have Brock versus Reigns at SummerSlam, because obviously Reigns would cost Brock the match, and then he would have beef with him. Meanwhile, I don't know who Rollins would face at SummerSlam, but that's a different story. Alternatively, and this is the other thing going around, is that apparently Undertaker is booked for the Raw after Battleground. That is Monday night. And certainly it is super unusual for Undertaker to work a schedule that is not WrestleMania, because obviously every year it's Mania. So that's fucking weird, right? So if Undertaker takes umbrage with Brock Lesnar crippling his brother Kane, is that 3? That was 3. The fuck was that shit? If he takes issue with, I'm in shock here. If he takes issue with Brock crippling Kane on Raw, they've kind of been mentioning Taker a bit too much for him to not show up. But if he's gonna show up, he's gonna go after Brock. So either the Shield gets reformed and go after Brock, or Taker comes back and costs Brock. Either way, I think that Seth Rollins, by hook or by crook, will retain the title at this pay-per-view. Now, additionally, there's been rumors about Sting showing up at this pay-per-view to set up for something for SummerSlam. So SummerSlam seems weirdly stacked all of a sudden if you've got Taker and Sting appearing. Now, also, you could not have that happen at all. You could have, Taker fight Sting at SummerSlam. I don't know why you would. That seems like a Mania thing. You want to sell 100,000 seats at Mania is what you would do there. But as Vince always says, anything can happen in the WWE. So yeah. Recapping, I'm gonna say Barrett, New Day, Reigns, Sheamus, Owens, Rollins. Those are my official picks for Battleground 2015. As always, my name is Attack Slug. I'll be watching. I hope you will too. And I hope you enjoyed these predictions. And until next time, I will see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.